What up, guys? Another video just going over my trades today, my thought process, what I learned. This is about a week in, and this was my P&L for the day. Um, I noticed early in the morning, I had a feeling that we had upside to go. I did enter a call position at a midpoint node going down towards a newly forming king node down here. I assumed that it would be a pretty significant wall and we'd see it bounce right back up to a king node. I was wrong on that. Ended up cutting my losses at 50% after noticing the node I played off of kind of dissipating and this node continuing to strengthen. We continued to fall down. Let me pull this up to where I actually made my first play. So when we were coming, 6830 was the king node off the rip. We were making our way down. These nodes down here were developing, and I played a reversal off here. I'm hoping to go back up to there. Um, didn't work out. Again, sold 50%. Waited for entry down here. Entered, and we popped off. Some of the things I learned today. Confluence is key. My confidence in playing off this play or off these two nodes came from the overall confluence, right? This is about the same time, 11:01, and this is VIX. Let me pull up the cues. Okay. So right here, I mean, go back a little bit. We were pretty much stuck in this zone all day, and these two nodes were kind of battling back and forth. We're still seeing these develop, and we kind of just saw a blowdown right below these nodes, but they're not really weakening too much, right? Um, Although actually, we look here, it is. But again, what I was looking at was primarily this. So we had upside potential, 2 points to the upside on SPY, and this like these nodes were just so active all day. Then you come over to the VIX, right? At this time, 11 a.m., like this node here was just growing so aggressively. Look at this. Like I just like we had a spike. We had a minor spike in the VIX right around this point. So my entry was a tad bit early, and I saw a little bit of a drawdown. But like the confluence along with the VIX, kind of just stuck in this range. This node growing. I had a feeling that we were gonna see a release or a drawdown on the VIX as well, and sure enough, that's actually what happened. Hold up, let's 2x this. Yeah, see, we were at 1850 and we just started plummeting. I mean, just look at how rapidly this went. And now that I think about it, we were stuck in this zone for a fair amount of time. What time did we get out of here? 11:55. Yeah, so basically when we look at the VIX, like it was just kind of oops. It was kind of just going back and forth in this range, but I just kept seeing it aggressively grow right here. And literally once this VIX plummeted, everything started to skyrocket. I mean, and even still, like 11:10. Look at how 678 is just growing. Like we're kind of stuck in this zone, and SPY, we're still seeing this upward momentum building, right? 11:54, right about when the VIX drops, and look at this, boom. It was actually pretty blatant that this was gonna play out the way it did. Um, And there was another key confluence point as well. Let me just show you this SPX map too. So this is basically what was happening in this range. Looked like we were kind of getting pinned. VIX dropped. Upside nodes started to grow significantly again, and we just bounced. Yeah, we just bounced. The other points of confluence were I looked at some of the Mag 7s. So I looked at NVIDIA upside nodes. Let's see if I have another one saved now. I looked at, what else did I look at? Google was just kind of doing its thing. We do have some strong nodes up here. Um, there was another one that was pretty blatant. Hang on, might have been Microsoft. Yeah, like there's just a lot of upside room in a lot of these names, right? Let's see, Amazon. I think Amazon. Yeah, Amazon. Let's see. Yeah, Amazon. Look, a little bit of an overshoot, and it's just gonna mean revert back to the yellow king node. So again, like that was like I was really confident on this trade, if I'm being honest. Um, I got in a little early, and I started with 5 contracts. We dipped down. I bought another 5, and we dipped down some more, and I bought 5 more. So I scaled into a pretty large position. And then we took off. And as we took off, this is another point. This is another point I wanted to go over. Trust the ray trace to the target. Like when we popped off, let's go back to 11. I think we popped off right around 12ish. Yeah. Look at all this room we have. 4 negative nodes going into the 6800, right? And this was my target. 6800, and I was even being a little conservative. I had a sell point right here. This is where I was aiming for. And I sold out, I think, like right about here, because I was just like, I'm already 2K down on the day. I really don't want this to double top and go back down here, right? But everything was aligned. I was so confident in this lineup. Everything was aligned, and I still just sold early. So that's something I need to get better at. I mean, I could always just sell like 50%, let some runners run and sell the other 50%. But that is definitely a point I need to work on. But again, I mean, look, we just blow through it. I probably sold right about here, and look at this. I mean, look at how dominant these upper nodes are becoming. Right, we're seeing some weakness in the lower nodes, some more growth in the upper nodes. Like there's just more wiggle room to the upside than anywhere. But yeah. And then we got towards the end of the day, we hit that 68.35 node, and I ended up selling puts off 68.45. Yeah, I think so. Let me see. Yeah, I think I sold some put or bought some puts off 68.45, and that's where I ended up making a quick 800 $700 off that. What else? Yeah, wait to play key nodes, not midpoint walls, and size for zero. These are big. These are really big. Like if I would have not sold, like I'm telling you, my analysis was like pretty spot on from what the heat map was looking like when I entered off that wall. Like it was basically what I was looking at before. What I just went over, and yeah, I would have seen a pretty big downfall. Like I probably would have been down 80% if I had held it to those levels before it popped off. But that's why glitch preaches size for zero. Like if I would have just taken a smaller position, especially being off a midpoint wall, not an actual key node like it should have been, I shouldn't have sized it as big as I did. So that's another thing. Um, yeah, all in all, I thought it was a pretty easy day to read the map. Um, and these are some of the things I had some. These are just some of the things like I took away from today, and these are things I notice every day. Like when I go against some of this stuff, that's when I see losses. So if I can just stay disciplined, wait for the right setups, and follow these types of rules, make sure confluence is in play, like the strategy works. So um, yeah, that's about it for today. Hopefully